Playas, how you doing? Welcome back to Playas Guide. On this episode of Playas Guide, I'm going to talk to you about my experience that I've had thus far creating content on YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a few things that I have not been so successful with on YouTube and other areas where I feel I have found success. At least in my opinion, I was able to accomplish certain goals. Now, a lot of people, the big goal for YouTube is to grow yourself an audience and maybe monetize your channel from that. And there's obviously various different ways that you can go about growing your channel organically through networking and paid advertising. I'm going to talk about all of those things. Obviously, if you're on other platforms where you have a following that you can draw from, that really helps. When I started off, I was a streamer on Twitch. I started consistently, and I wasn't able to do those consistent scheduled streams every week. In fact, my streams dropped down to 1 or 2 streams a week, which at that point I then started teaming up with other people on the channel who had similar situations. But what I did do that was different was I started up a YouTube. The great thing for me about YouTube is I like to create. I like to do different things, and creating these videos, I try to bring some different experiences and information that I feel I have to the table to other collectors like me, to gamers like me, and other people who are just newer to the scene and seeking out, um, you know, different information and experiences that I've had. Now, I do have my own opinions, but I don't really like to go too much into rant videos. I find them somewhat annoying at times, especially when it's people who are just constantly complaining. I'm not interested in all that negativity, and that's not what I seek out on YouTube. Although I will admit, some of those thumbnails and titles, the clickbait does get me sometimes, and I need to go after watching that video. So I don't always get sucked into that stuff though. Now that's something I wanted to avoid. You could get a lot of growth by doing that though. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I think there's a lot of channels that once they go down that path, they can't really turn back, because there are people who do want to hear their opinions, but also they know that they could get the views through doing that. And that's not to say I haven't dabbered a little bit in that here and there with some, titles or thumbnails that grab your attention. But really, here's the thing about YouTube. The only way you're going to get views is based on that thumbnail and title and the description, because Google will pull out certain words from your description to help people find what they are looking for, especially if your videos are informative. So this is helpful to know. Now, I don't necessarily think that, turns things into a negative thing. If you want people to watch your videos, they're looking at the thumbnail and the title. Which one they look at first, that's for you to decide on your own. But you got to make that attractive. I've also found that creating content on YouTube allows me to create a little bit more freely. And you're going to see more of that from me this year in 2023, where there's not going to be a video every Wednesday. Now, I'm going to touch upon schedule and consistency in a minute because that does help a lot, because people know when and where to expect your videos. I do plan to hope to do it as often as I can on Wednesdays, but I'm not going to hold myself to that because I have a busier than ever schedule. And last year it was really hard to put content out that consistently. Now, the nice thing about YouTube is that you have that freedom. So you could create as many videos as you want, or you could create as few as you want with varying levels of quality. For myself, I want to focus a little bit more on improving the quality and reducing the quantity this year, while also giving myself that life balance. So the streams on Twitch, you're going to see a lot less of them. They're going to be very sporadic. And I'm even thinking you will see more of those streams here on YouTube. The reason why is because Twitch has become very monetarily driven, and not that YouTube isn't, but they've created this vicious cycle where they are selling the idea of making money for streaming video games to a lot of streamers who are buying into Elgato, Streamlabs subscriptions. All these things are connected to Amazon and Twitch. They're all connected together. And then you're buying the stuff off Amazon, then to use it to stream on Twitch, and then trying to get people to use their Amazon Prime. So subscribe to Amazon Prime and use your free Prime so that I can get $2 from it or whatever. And now they've got cheering bits and um, channel points. And it just seems like this whole big pyramid scheme that turns into this big circular cycle where they rinse and repeat and keep building it, all based on the idea that you're going to make it as a streamer. And when I started, that wasn't really why we did it. We started off as a charity event, had so much fun doing it that we continued to do that. And it's just so monetarily driven. It bothers me how many ads pop up and interrupt your streams. It's hard enough for streamers to get people to watch them to begin with. For most people, I think I could speak for the majority of streamers on Twitch. Only a very select few can make it. Now, you could say that about YouTube too, but a lot of people on Twitch are just doing the same thing. Camera on me, playing a game here, um, and that's it. Sure, you can add some fun notifications or a pet cam. I'm not a big fan of the pet cam myself, but it seems to get over pretty well with that audience. Now, on YouTube, here's the dealio. I could just create content about whatever I want and whenever I want. And if I make money from it, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I have something to look back at that I appreciate. And hopefully, people who are subscribed to the channel or watching videos such as this get some sort of enjoyment out of it too. And I can tell you right now, some of the videos I enjoy the most are the Forgotten Arcade and the Last Video Store. And I did a video on video game movies and video game cartoons. They didn't get a ton of views, all of these. And that's okay. I made those because I want to look back on them. Same with the Wii U collecting videos. And it's just something I thought I would share with the community that is growing here. Now, in terms of the monetary gains, yeah, I have ads. This channel is monetized. And I thought this year I'm going to demonetize it because I really don't make money off of YouTube. I've got one payout and it was very small. So, the bigger channels, I get it. Hey, if there's, cash on the table, why leave it there? You know what I mean? And here's the thing about that really gets me now with YouTube is that even channels that are not monetized have video ads before them. So because of that, I'm not going to demonetize the channel because you're going to have to watch these ads anyways. I'm sorry about it. If you want to skip them, if you want to watch them, whatever. I'll tell you how it works though, is that the viewers who watch the ads all the way through, that means that the advertiser has to pay the full amount for that ad. When they do that, obviously YouTube gets more money, but so does the content creator. So something to think about, but I mean, hey, don't let me stop you from skipping those ads. So definitely having a schedule and being consistent will help you grow, creating frequent content and the quality of your content. Now, if you're doing any one of these things, you can expect to experience some growth. Also, like I said, thumbnails, the description is important. Some people put videos without a description. They may get views, but I think it's an important thing, just as important as your title. Some other things to help you grow. You can look at what's popular. Retro gaming is not the most popular thing, and it is a little bit oversaturated. Same with video game collecting in general. There's plenty of people doing pickups videos, so many that many of them get 0 views, unfortunately. If they do keep persistent and at it, eventually they'll build a following, but they're not the most popular video. And if it's retro gaming pickups, it's definitely not the most popular category on YouTube. So if you are going to YouTube and you're looking for the big audience or to make money, you're probably going to struggle a little bit with that in the retro gaming area. So do it, please, because it's something that you want to do, that you're enjoying. Once that fun goes away and it becomes more of a chore, don't do it. Myself, I'm going to be doing less of it just because I don't have the time and there's other things that I need to do. I still enjoy it, so I'm still going to keep doing it, but you're going to see less of me. Now, I mean, with the money thing, like if I was getting paid like a job to do this, then I would do it and dedicate time to it like a job. But this really is a hobby. And I've been working at this channel now for just over 3 years. Now, something I am not that great at least not on YouTube. I did okay on Twitch. I've made plenty of friends over there. But here on YouTube, networking. So, one of the more organic ways to stimulate your own growth, aside from making your channel look attractive, trying to make your videos professional and interesting, is interacting with other YouTubers. And I'll be honest, when it comes down to it, it's just a matter of time. There's a lot of videos and a lot of different YouTubers that I subscribe to that I want to watch more often. I just, sometimes I add those videos to my watch list and I just don't get to them. I don't always have time, let alone leaving a comment to let that person know, hey, I'm here, I'm watching your videos, I like what you're doing. Thumbs up, that's easy to give. But yeah, the interaction part for me, like I said, I'm not going to be making videos as frequently, so I won't be able to interact as frequently as I like. But if I do comment on your channel, that means I really like what you are doing. Please keep it up because I will be watching at least some of your videos. And I'm also going to try to pay more attention to other content creators who are commenting in the Playas Guide videos as well, because that's something that, I try to respond to every comment I can, but, sometimes things get overlooked. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Playas Guide. If you're a content creator or you're thinking about making videos on YouTube, or even if you just have an opinion on some of the things that I touched upon here in this topic, let me know in the comments below. And as always, please give the channel a subscribe because one small click from you makes a big difference. You can find Playas Guide on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.